expanding this sector in the Niger Delta is considerable, and that is why one of the reasons why we chose the region for this initiative.
When we talk about technology, and if we narrow it down to tractors, which comes from the beginnings almost and also at the end of almost every farming activity, and all that, tilling the soil and things like that until harvest time and all of that process. So tractors very, very important. And organizations such as the AFDB puts tractor at the top of what Africa needs, in particular smallholder farmers. But again, tractors are very expensive, and they are not something you just buy off the shelf, as you and I do know. So how will these small farm holders, how will they get these tractors? At what cost is it coming to them? Is anyone subsidizing it and all of that?
Okay, so thanks a lot, Brasin, for raising this question. This is the very interesting aspect of this initiative, that it does not involve smallholders buying tractors. Even if smallholders were able to buy tractors, it's very difficult to maintain tractors. Tractors are not like cars that you can buy and ride around for a while before you need to go to the mechanic. Tractors have a lot of maintenance cost. So that's why you will have noticed that across the world, whenever programs have been put in place to support smallholders with tractors by giving them the tractors directly, it's been very challenging keeping up such programs. So what we're doing here is bringing the tractor service to the farmers. So the farmers are not paying for the tractors, they are paying for the service. And in fact, this is even good for small-scale commercial farmers who are doing from 100 to 200 hectares. People who are able to invest in this sector also can benefit from this service, because they will be able to break even in their first year. Part of the challenge of breaking even in agriculture is because of the high cost of mechanization. It takes a couple of years before you begin to break even. But by hiring the tractors and receiving the service rather than buying the tractor, the farmer is able to make profit in the very first year. So this makes it affordable. Secondly, we are also, the provision of tractor is just the first and, of course, most important plank of this initiative. But this initiative also involves provision of credit to the farmers, so that everything is in place, the tractors, the inputs like seeds, fertilizer, and agrochemicals, as well as the knowledge that they need to do everything correctly. All of this will be in place with the farmers. So what we've done with Tata John Deere is just the beginning. Subsequently, we will be announcing other partnerships with major agrochemical and seed suppliers, and as well as companies that are involved in supporting smallholders across the world. So it's actually a major initiative that does not only involve Tata and John Deere, but involves seeds and chemical suppliers, as well as the other initiatives that the farmers will need to be successful in what they do. So it's a holistic approach we are taking.
Where is the Nigerian authorities at the federal and state level?
Well, I think it's important not to leave everything with the government. Government has been doing quite a lot, either directly through the Federal Ministry of Agriculture or the CBN, NISAL, Bank of Agriculture. They've been quite active in supporting smallholders. And of course, the approach they take to supporting smallholders is different from our own approach. Our approach is a long-term approach involving a set number of farmers in community blocks. So this allows us to plan over a 10-year period for the farmers that we are dealing with. And no doubt there could be some intersection between what the federal government is doing and what we are and our partners are are doing. And of course, we also need to work actively with the various state governors to make this successful. I mentioned that we have been discussing with Governor Ayade of Cross River State, who is very supportive of this initiative, and we will continue to discuss with the other governors as well.
About how much will this initiative cost you folks in this joint venture? How much millions of dollars is this costing?
So Tata John Deere is putting in $10 million. That is the worth of the tractors that they are dedicating to this initiative over the next 2 to 3 years. And of course, this money will be recouped fully from the fees that will be paid for the use of the tractors over this period of time. And we have an option to buy back these tractors as used tractors 2 or 3 years down the line. And this buyback will actually be done by the collective of farmers. So here again is another initiative where 100,000 plus people will be owning these tractors. It's a bit of a complicated arrangement, which I may not be able to go into here, but what it means is that the farmers will be part owners of these tractors when we come to that stage of the business.
That's very important when you talk about empowering Nigerian farmers. Let's continue this conversation after the break, Vaughn. Give us about 2 minutes. We'll be right back with you. We need to broaden this and look at what we have on the African continent as key challenges in food security.